Stop scrolling. You need to hear this. Because something is shifting in your life, even if you can't see it yet. What if money doesn't come from hard work, but from how you see yourself? What if your bank balance isn't the problem, but the story you've been living? And what if your story isn't even yours? Think about it. You weren't born worrying about bills. You didn't come into this world believing life had to be a fight. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to expect less. Taught to survive instead of receive. Now you work hard. You do what you can. But no matter how much effort you give, something always feels blocked. And deep down, you know this isn't how it's supposed to be. You feel it in quiet moments. That version of you who isn't afraid anymore. Who walks through life with peace. Who always has enough. You've seen that version in your dreams. You felt that future when your chest gets light, and your heart feels calm for no reason. It wasn't just a feeling. It was a reminder. A signal. That the real you is still waiting underneath all this stress. And here's the truth. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not unlucky. You've just been living by an old script. A money story that was never yours to begin with. And the moment you stop believing that story, everything can change. You don't need to fix your life. You need to see it from a higher place. A new reality is already reaching for you. But it can't find you if you keep playing small. So before we go any further, I need you to know one thing. You were never meant to chase money. You were meant to attract it. But to do that, you have to shift something deep inside. There's something pulling at you. You feel it, don't you? A quiet ache. A tension between who you are and who you're meant to become. It shows up in small ways. When you look at your account and feel that sinking in your chest. When another bill hits, and you tell yourself, I'll figure it out. When you smile in public but secretly carry fear around money like a weight in your lungs. That tension isn't weakness. It's your soul waking up. You're beginning to realize that this is not your home. This constant stress, this waiting for a breakthrough, this low hum of anxiety, it doesn't belong to you. You've just been wearing it for so long, you thought it was part of you. But it's not. You've outgrown this version of yourself. The one who doubts. The one who tries to stay realistic. The one who was taught that wanting more is greedy, or impossible. You're not greedy. You're not foolish. You're remembering. And what you're remembering is dangerous to your old life. Because once you fully remember who you really are, that old story can't hold you anymore. But before that shift arrives, there's a space you must pass through. A quiet hallway between what was, and what's coming. And in that hallway, it's easy to get scared. Easy to believe the doubts. Easy to shrink back into your old habits, your old logic, your old pain. But I need you to hear this. That fear you feel right now, it's not a stop sign. It's a signal. It means you're close. Closer than you think. Because fear always rises right before transformation. Just like the dark sky before dawn. Or the silence before a storm. This is the moment most people run. They check the numbers. They tell themselves to be practical. They shut the door on the very breakthrough that was knocking. But not you. You're still here. Still listening. Still feeling that pull inside your chest. And that means something is shifting. You're not just thinking new thoughts, you're starting to see the world differently. Starting to feel something bigger moving around you. The pieces aren't all visible yet. But the energy has already started to change. Don't ignore that. This is the part where most people give up. They go back to their old story just before the new one begins. But not you. You're going to keep going. This is where it begins. The shift. Not outside of you, but deep within. And once you make it, nothing stays the same. Here's what most people don't understand. Money isn't about effort. It's about identity. The world has trained you to chase. To try harder. Work more. Do everything right. But you've already done that. And it left you tired. Still waiting. Because money doesn't flow from exhaustion. It flows from alignment. From who you believe you are, when no one's looking. And that's the key most people miss. Your financial reality is not based on what you do. It's based on who you are being. Right now, your life reflects the story you've been telling yourself. A quiet story that runs in the background. A loop you didn't even know was playing. It sounds like, money is hard for me. I'm always behind. I can't afford that. I'm not good with money. It always disappears. You may not say these words out loud. But if you've felt them, even once, they've shaped your world. And the universe has simply matched your signal. That's all it ever does. It doesn't judge. It doesn't punish. It reflects. So here's the truth that sets everything free. Your money story isn't permanent. It's just a pattern. And patterns can be broken. But you don't break them by force. You break them by deciding that you are someone new now. You write a new story. You speak it. Feel it. Walk in it. Even if your bank account hasn't changed yet. Because that's the secret. The outside doesn't change first. You do. And when you do, your world has no choice but to catch up. So here's where you begin. You stop speaking the old story. Even as a joke. Even in your own head. You stop saying you're broke. You stop agreeing with lack. You stop calling it realistic. And you start saying what you want to become. Not someday. But now. Say this. I am someone who attracts money easily. I am financially supported in every moment. I always have more than enough. It may feel strange at first. Your brain will want proof. Your logic will fight it. But your soul will feel the truth in it. Because deep down, you've always known. You were never meant to live in lack. You were born for abundance. For overflow. For peace. And all of that starts now. It's not enough to just speak the new story. You have to live it. Even when nothing around you has changed. Even when the bills still come. Even when your account still whispers, not enough. That's where most people give up. Because they think the change should happen outside first. But it never does. The shift begins in the unseen. In your mind. In your body. In the way you feel when no one is watching. This is how the new identity becomes real. You have to feel it before you see it. That's how the universe knows you're ready. So let's go there. Close your eyes. Not now, but later tonight, when it's quiet. When the world stops pulling on you. And I want you to see something. See yourself walking through your dream home. Feel the floor under your feet. Breathe in the stillness. Smell the scent of peace in the air. Go deeper. Look at your phone. Open your banking app. Watch the numbers rise without effort. Feel the calm in your chest. You're not just pretending. You're remembering. This is who you really are. This isn't about fantasy. It's about frequency. And the more time you spend in this inner world, the faster your outer world begins to shift. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. It only knows what you feel. And your feelings are the signal. They are the proof. The proof you send to the universe before anything shows up. So stop waiting for the world to confirm your power. Confirm it to yourself. Tonight. Every night. Until it feels normal. Until it feels like home. Because the moment it feels real inside, it starts to become real outside. This is not wishful thinking. This is how creation works. Not through force. Through frequency. And the frequency of abundance is not stress. It's ease. It's joy. It's peace. So start there. Find peace now, before the money comes. And the money will follow peace like a shadow. But don't rush it. There's a grace period. A sacred space between the seed and the bloom. And most people dig up the soil too soon. But not you. You're learning to hold the vision. To live in the new story. To walk through a world that hasn't shown up yet. As if it already has. This is where it gets quiet. Where nothing seems to be happening. But don't be fooled, this is the test. This is the moment that separates those who rise, from those who repeat the same old cycle. Because after you plant the seed, there's always a silence. A space where the ground looks unchanged. Where your mind starts to whisper. Maybe it's not working. That's where most people quit. Not because they're weak. But because no one ever told them this part was coming. No one told them that the universe needs time to rearrange. That faith has a waiting room. That transformation isn't always loud or visible. Sometimes, it feels like nothing. But that silence, it's sacred. This is where emotional discipline matters more than anything. Because your old reality will try to pull you back. It will show you the same bank balance. The same worries. The same triggers. And it will dare you to believe nothing has changed. But everything has. You changed. And now, the outside is just catching up. So here's what you do in the meantime. You stop reacting. You stop looking at the numbers like they have power over you. You stop giving fear the microphone. Because fear is just the echo of your past. You're not there anymore. Start moving through your day like someone who is already supported. Make decisions from trust, not panic. Speak with calm. Walk with peace. This is how you train your nervous system to feel safe in wealth. And the more peace you can hold without proof, the faster the proof appears. Because money doesn't come to anxiety. It comes to stillness. And your stillness is a signal. It tells the universe, I'm ready now. I'm not shaken by delay. I'm aligned. Every time you stay calm in front of an old fear, you weaken that fear's hold on you. And every time you stay committed to your new identity, you anchor it deeper into your subconscious. This is the path most people miss. They think the delay means failure. But the delay is protection. It's timing. It's refinement. It's a final question from the universe. Will you hold the frequency, even now? And when your answer is yes, when you stay anchored even when things look the same, that's when the breakthrough shows up quietly. Not forced. Not begged for. Just delivered. Because you are finally ready to receive it. Now, we step into it. Not in our minds. Not in the future. But right here. Right now. This is the moment where you stop waiting to feel wealthy. And start being wealthy. Even before the money comes. Because that's the final secret no one told you. Wealth doesn't arrive when you get paid. It arrives when you decide who you are. And if you're always waiting for a number to give you permission to feel secure, you'll never feel free. You'll always be chasing something just out of reach. But what if you flipped it? What if you chose to feel the freedom first? What if you walked through your life today with the posture of someone who already has more than enough? How would you breathe? How would you speak? How would you treat yourself? Because here's the truth. The universe doesn't respond to your needs. It responds to your state. And the state of wealth is peace. Ease. Confidence. Trust. It's not loud. It's not desperate. It's quiet and calm, because it knows everything is already taken care of. So today, I want you to practice this. Move like the money is already in your account. Talk like you're already supported. Make decisions like overflow is your new normal. Not out of ego, but out of alignment. You're not faking it. You're finally being it. This is what embodiment means. It means choosing to feel the way your future self feels, now. Because when you match that energy, the physical world starts catching up fast. You'll notice small shifts at first. A new opportunity. An unexpected message. A door you thought was closed, suddenly opening. Don't dismiss these signs. They're not random. They're proof. Proof that your new identity is now pulling in a new reality. But you must stay consistent. The old self will try to come back. Fear will whisper. Doubt will knock. Let them pass. Stay rooted in the now. Because the version of you that lives in overflow, the one who walks in peace and purpose and ease, is not far away. It's you. You've already become them. And the world is about to show you just how real that decision was. Stand still for a moment. Feel your breath. This isn't the end of a video. It's the beginning of your new life. Because the version of you who once begged for money no longer exists. They've been replaced by someone powerful. Someone calm. Someone ready. You didn't wait for the breakthrough. You became it. And now, everything is shifting to match the decision you made. You may not see it all yet. But it's already done. Because wealth doesn't wait for the perfect time. It shows up the moment you become the person who can hold it. And you are that person now. Say this with me. I decree, I am wealthy. I am chosen. I am in overflow. Let the words move through your body. Not just as a wish, but as a declaration. A spiritual contract with your new life. Now listen carefully. This is your moment. To take this further. To go deeper. To stop hoping for change and start living it. You've already felt the shift. Now let's lock it in. I'm inviting you to join me in something powerful. The free 5-day Identity Shift Challenge. This isn't just motivation. It's a complete transformation. Each day, you'll receive a deep, guided lesson to help rewire your subconscious. A powerful inner process to embody your abundant self. Journal prompts to clear blocks and install new beliefs. Access to a private community that walks this journey with you. No more surface-level affirmations. No more waiting for life to change. This is about becoming the person who changes everything. You don't need to earn this shift. You only need to say yes. Because you were never here by accident. This path was always waiting for you to remember who you are. And now you have. Click the link in the description to join the challenge. It's free. It's sacred. And it will change the way you move through the world. This isn't about chasing money. This is about becoming someone who magnetizes it. Because from this point forward, you don't wait on wealth. Wealth waits on you. And every time fear tries to rise up again, every time the old story comes knocking, you already know what to say. I receive. And so it is.